Yeah, I did.
Why don't you get on Raya?
I don't know.
Everyone else is.
I never like.
Everyone.
Wait,
Wait, has anyone had any success?
I have the invite. I just haven't like.
Has anyone had success with it yet?
No, I just have the link.
I had some success, and then I no longer use Raya.
So for some viewers won't know what Raya is.
Yeah.
Explain it.
Please explain, because you were.
I kind of turned you guys. Didn't I? Wasn't I the one that brought Raya into this
Yeah, you
group?
told everyone about it, and then Brad got on it.
Can you explain what Raya is for the viewers?
I mean, I've been on Raya for 2 years. I don't use it anymore because I've just. It's a very small community. It's a dating app. It's a very exclusive. There's just a certain amount of people on it. Like for instance, like Tinder, Hinge, like all those other dating sites. Like
You have to go through a verification process.
Well, you have to get approved.
Yeah, you have to get approved. But all those other are like whoever wants to get on can go on. So there's many individuals on them. This specific app, there's a certain amount of people that are accepted onto it. It's not like everyone can join it. So you have to be approved.
How did you go on?
Just through friends, like
it's mostly like influencers, artists, like athletes, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not an influencer.
Have you got any good Raya stories for us?
Raya stories? Yeah. I mean,
Good question.
there's nothing really like crazy. I mean,
can you not tell us because you'll get kicked off if you tell us?
It's not that you'll get kicked off.
You can't like.
No, you get kicked off if you get kicked off if you screenshot twice, right?
Can't screenshot.
Twice.
Yeah, but what if
did you do that?
Say came on your podcast.
No, I thought you were the one who told me.
I've heard people.
Yeah,
on
you have like
podcasts
you get three.
Because like the Call Her Daddy girls are on it, and they were talking about it. I remember that.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Do you have any friends that are on it?
Oh yeah, all of my friends are on it.
All your girlfriends?
Can
you tell us any cool people that
is Caroline on it?
Wait.
Yes, Caroline's on it.
Can you tell us any cool guys that maybe your girlfriends have?
I will tell you this one story of my girlfriend. That's actually the most craziest story I've ever heard of. Well, I have two. So one of my girlfriends. So this is the first story. So one of my girlfriends. I don't know how well you guys are.
No face, no case.
Yeah. I don't know.
No face, no case. No
Let's
names.
just go with it. I don't know how well you guys are with like the influencer world of like paid trips and like for models to go on them and they're
at all.
Okay.
Yeah, zero background.
So the majority, like a lot of these influencers, you'll see them on trips and they're like, oh, looks like they're out wherever.
In Mexico or whatever.
It's called like in the world, it's called a paid trip, and so. These men that you don't see on the trips, because a lot of them you'll see them just with girlfriends.
Like older men?
Older men, yes.
Oh.
So these women, you're not allowed. They're not allowed to. They're not allowed to show the men.
In the
photos.
In like posting on their stories, wherever they post, they're not allowed to post who they're with besides the other girls that are there.
Yeah.
So when you see their stories. You're like, oh, it's like a girls' trip where they're with girls. I know you guys know that it's not.
I've been bamboozled.
What?
So
I see all these stories, and I'm like, they're just on a girls' trip.
The girl goes down to Miami.
So they're with a creepy old guy.
They are with.
So if a girl's in Bora Bora on a girls' trip, she's not in Bora Bora.
Yes.
Wait, okay, keep going.
Well, she is in Bora Bora, but she's not.
Yeah, continue the story.
Continue with the story.
Anyway, so this guy, she met him on Raya, and he was like, hey, do you want to be a part of this paid trip? We saw your Instagram. Do you want to bring some of your friends? And she was like, yeah. So
hang on a minute. Do you want to be part of this paid trip? He's bringing different groups of girls.
He's bringing his men, and he wants her to bring her girlfriends.
This sounds like.
And you have to send Instagrams. You have to.
Oh, you gotta get checked.
Yeah. So one girl specifically, and by the way, this wasn't my friend. This was the friend of my friend. So they really liked the friend's Instagram. And they said, we want her to be the highlight of this paid trip. So, it's really complicated. I know it's really complicated. Meaning, like, she gets the most promotes, like, she gets the most, like, stories, she get, whatever. Anyway, so they get there, they go to Bali. And Bali's not a short trip.
It's not nearby, no.
Yeah.
It's far away.
They get there, the men see the girls.
Oh, no.
In
real life.
No.
In real life, and when I tell you, they met them at the airport. They told them they have to turn around and the trip is canceled and that they are not paying for this trip. So they literally had to, that same day, fly back because they were not allowed on the trip, and then they invited more.
Because they were catfishes?
They thought they were catfishes, yeah.
Oh my god. That is
Imagine
so embarrassing.
How do you tell anyone like, yo, the reason we're not here is
plane ride home.
Oh my god.
Right?
I'm shook.
Really, yeah.
That is so
But
savage.
that happens a lot. That happens
I
a
would
lot.
not have the heart to do that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you can't come.
Are you kidding me?
I could do that.
One of my
Paying for all of it.
I mean, if you're paying
I've done
for
that.
so one of my best friends' friend,
gosh.
and then this is the next story.
Okay.
So
Okay.
and it's kind of going along the lines of catfishing,
Yeah.
because I don't know how many girls you guys meet that are catfishes.
We're familiar.
Yeah, I bet a lot of you guys are. But,
Ouch.
so
What does that mean?
Wait, next story.
so my friend, this is a friend of a friend. So she was on Riot. She met and she actually matched with one of my really good guy friends. And so he was asking me about her, and I'm like, yeah, like you guys would vibe or whatnot. And so this girl and this other girl, yeah, you know the story. Me and this other girl, we're out at dinner, and he FaceTimes her, and I'm like, oh hey, how are you? And he's like, let's meet up like right now. Like I'm with some of my guy friends. I'm like, okay. So we meet up. He takes a look at her. He pulls me aside, and is like, who the fuck? Can we?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
He was like, who the fuck is this? And I said, what do you mean? And he was like, this is not this. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you.
This is not this.
I know.
You refer to as this.
And so, well, no, this guy's a sex addict. Let me tell you, he's been in therapy, whatever. Anyway, so he was not happy. And so he goes to her and pulls her aside and says, look, if you're not fucking me tonight, you can go home right now. And she was like, what are you doing? And like, she was drunk. And so she wasn't like thinking, obviously, if any girl.
So what did she do?
She was like, no, you're lying. He's like, no, like, he's like, literally suck my dick or like, go away. I don't know if I can say
Is
any
that
of this,
illegal?
Yeah, you can say it.
And so, but yeah. So those are like, there's a lot more stories, but those are like some of the ones that like stuck with me. But yeah.
There's a lot to unpack there. That's insane.
I'm doing
Wait, but he
a
said
really
she was a catfish, though.
I'm doing a really condensed version.
Wait, but if he thought she was a catfish, then what?
Because once again, he's a sex addict and he needs.
Oh, he needs his, like.
He was in the.
Or like
he went into the
not-
night.
He needs his
He
fix.
went into the night getting like knowing he was going to.
He needs his fix.
And he was disappointed, but he still needed his fix. So he said, "Look, is this happening or not?
Gotta do what I gotta
I don't
do.
care what you look like, but yeah."
Wait, what's in it for the guys who are inviting these girls? Is it basically just prostitution?
Okay, it's
essentially.
a borderline.
It's
yes,
prostitution adjacent.
Yeah.
So some of it, yes, is
They're
prostitution.
just paying.
Adjacent.
But
What would you consider
I
prostitution?
do know
what
a
do you
lot.
mean?
They're paying for
Sex
sex.
in
What do you mean? You take a
exchange
girl
for
out on a date
goods.
before.
I've been offered many times, and I've never done
On the
it.
girls'
You
been
straight up
offered
money or
money
offered to
for
travel out?
sex?
Both. I will never do that. No, 100% not. Because I will never want that.
Just to be
come
clear,
back to me.
you've been
Not even
offered
for a meal?
money for sex.
I've been offered money. I've been offered like to go to trips too. Like what I was just explaining. Like
Have you
a
ever
trip
been
like
offered
that.
by any like important individual?
Yes.
Like a politician or like
A politician.
No, imagine she was like, actually, yeah.
Yeah, Joe Biden.
By Nancy Pelosi.
Some yes, important people. Yes, you'd be. It's
That's
messed
Would you-
up.
is
The
that-
world is a different
Stuff,
place.
bro.
No, like
This is a different world out here.
Well, that's why I tell you guys. I'm like, I'm
LA
not.
is different.
I'm not surprised when I hear
Wait, I
like.
it's
wanna hear
sad.
this.
It's honestly sad.
I'm not surprised when I hear like coaches or any like scandals going on. Like I'm not surprised.
Have you ever had a coach from a football team like hit on you? Like,
Yes.
Like proposition you? Have you ever had a
The coach was a
like
big
a legit
name.
coach proposition you?
Yes.
A big name too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've told you guys.
I feel like
Who?
I don't remember this.
We can't. No,
head
it is
coach?
a very big name in
In the
college football and NFL.
Oh, I know exactly.
Yes.
yeah, we can't say.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
I think it is like these guys just got power and they feel like they can do whatever they want.
Oh, I didn't realize he propositioned you in that manner.
Yes, he wanted to fly me out.
Oh
So
boy.
crazy.
I'd have
Because
gone, honestly.
the Coach O stuff was like as soon as he won the Natty.
Yeah, we'll suck
said
him out.
they said he like completely changed.
Really? I
Yeah.
think he went through a divorce.
Yeah, he had
recently
the
after that.
divorce after. It's like maybe he was going through
Wait,
some
what? He
stuff.
Yeah.
wasn't a married man.
Well,
No,
I think he
not at the
divorced like a
time.
month after he won the national championship.
But he divorced, but he wasn't cheating on his wife. He was just hooking up with
No,
young women.
no.
Oh, what? Then what's the issue?
Well,
People are mad at him?
no.
He's a
but
grown man.
one-
He should be able to do what he
No,
likes.
one of the stories he was at a gas station.
Oh no,
He
I
he
heard
walks
this.
out,
it's not a good place to pick up women.
this
That's
woman,
probably
she's
true.
pregnant, and she's married to a high official at LSU, and he goes, "Hey, it looks like you work out." And like he just
She's
starts,
pregnant.
he starts hitting on her.
He says, "Hey, it looks like you work out."
Yeah, like starts hitting on her, like,
Oh,
"Hey, let's work
man.
out." She said something like, "Oh, I've got a guy." He's like, "Oh, it doesn't matter."
A young child.
Yeah, and then like she reported him.
For harassing her.
Yeah, and so that was like one of the stories that
That's
was
a
in the
title
article.
line.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's other stories about coaches we have no idea
I was-
that.
I was-
Bachelor.
I
Like he's
know.
retired.
Well, dude, our nutritionist Amy, I was talking because she was at LSU. I was asking her about the Coach O stories. He was like, yeah, he would bring like all his girlfriends to practices, and all like their kids would just be running around participating in drills,
No.
That's wild.
like
would
taking
not be.
part in like yeah.
Yeah, and then they fuck around and win a national championship during that too.
Could you imagine, bro? Just all these little kids.
Dude, it's just because everyone was watching, so no one noticed.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.